Well, if you're looking at this video, you're either reaching the age of 65, 70 or 75, and as you know, it's time to renew your Spanish driving license. So here's what I did yesterday, the 14th of January 2025, and all the process of going from my driving license to my temporary piece of paper and how I will get my new driving license. So the first thing to do was I needed to know where do I actually go down to my centre, which centre do I go to renew it. So I googled it and I found luckily that my village was a regional centre to have the replacement driving licence, and no doubt yours will also be a centre where you can replace your driving licence. So this is the process that I needed to go through. So I actually went down to my centre, and my centre was only open between 6 o'clock and 8 o'clock on a Tuesday and a Thursday. Yours may be different, but that was my times. So although my driving licence doesn't run out until March, I'd heard that I could actually apply for a new one before that date. So I thought, hey ho, let's have a go and get down to the centre. So I did all the preparation, and I speak a little bit of pidgin Spanish, but I had everything prepared on my mobile. So if they couldn't understand me, I'd had it translated, the simple words of, can I change my driving licence here please? Can I make an appointment? Nothing more than that. Fortunately for me, they did understand me, but I knew that if they hadn't done, I could have got away with just showing them my mobile phone. Now, anticipating that I go down on a Tuesday to make an appointment, they would then give me an appointment to come back and go through the process. Fortunately for me, when I said, could I make an appointment, she actually said yes, and I said when, she goes now. I went, whoa, okay, let's have a go. So I went in anticipating that all I needed to do was to ask for an appointment, and then they would give me an appointment to come back to go through the process. And when I said, when will my appointment be? She says to me, ahora, and I went, now? She goes, yes, no problem. So I went, whoa, here we go then, let's have a go, in for a penny, in for a pound. Anticipating that she would need to look at my driving licence, I gave her my driving licence, also my TIE, so I gave her my card and that one as well. And I had an old photograph, and I thought, I'm not going to go through buying photographs, I'm going to take an old one and see if that would do. So I kept that to one side because she hadn't asked for it. She took my cards, asked me to sit down, and the next thing I knew, one of the local doctors called me into another room, and fortunately for me, this was an eye test, and I'd brought my glasses with me. So if you go down, bring your glasses if you use glasses for driving or anything like that. So he asked me to go through the normal eyesight thing, only one line, and then cover one eye up, cover the other eye up. It was dead simple. So I passed that, and then he put the little thing on the end of my finger to test whatever he's going to test, and then he took my pulse, my blood pressure around my arm, and filled in all the paperwork, and I thought I must have passed. So then I was walked back to the reception area, and she asked me to hold on, and after a few more minutes she then walked me into another room, and whoa, there was a camera machine, and I sat in front of a wall, and she had a digital camera with all lights around it. She told me not to smile and just sit there, and she took a digital photograph of me, and I was there for about a minute, and she says, gracias Leslie, and then that was it, that was the photograph done. So there was no need to take my photograph. So far so good. I'd gone through given her my driving licence, my TIE card, I always get that mixed up, and then I went to see the doctor, or it could have been a nurse, but no, it probably had to be a doctor, who took my eyesight, my blood pressure and my pulse, and then the girl in reception actually took me and took the photograph of me and sat me in reception. So then I waited. The next thing was I went into another room, and I can only describe it as one of the 1980s or 70s video games you used to play in pubs. It was a game where you had two little handles, and there was a screen in front of you with two white lines and then two black lines in the middle of the white lines. And you had a little oblong black mark, and the screen rolled down and the white lines changed position every now and again, very slowly, and with the two little joysticks, you just had to maneuver in between, make sure you're in the two white lines. And it's like one of those games where you put the ring over the copper bar and it pings when you had to do it. Well, mine kept on pinging and pinging and pinging, but I was doing it and I was getting through, and the girl came back, looked on the computer, and she goes, bien, bien. So I passed. So my worries of not getting it always dead straight into the lines wasn't a concern. So I went back into reception, and then they asked me to wait, gave me my cards back, asked for €35, which was the fee. So I said, cash or card? She goes, card if you want to. So, and then she printed off a temporary driver license and told me that my other one, my new driver license, which still had, I think, 4, 5, 6, nearly 7 weeks still to run on it. Okay, my birthday's on early March, and then now it's the 14th of January, so I've got at least 7 weeks left. So she gave me this temporary piece of paper, which has got, it's valid from the 14th of the 1st, 2025, and it's valido hasta until 13th of the 7th, 2025. So if you're stopped by the police or anything after your driving license finishes, this is sufficient. However, I think if you're going to the UK and you have to show your driving license, I don't think this will get away with you getting a car. I don't think it will work, okay? So I came out, and I was only in there for 45 minutes. I assumed that if I'd had gone in and they said to me, you need to make an appointment, that process then would have taken only perhaps 30 minutes. So, and that's all it took. So that was how I renewed my Spanish driving license, approaching my 75th birthday. Thanks for listening. I hope this information will be of some assistance to you all.